Hello, welcome back. This video is specially to those people living in an English-speaking country or having a job where the team, the boss, everyone is from an English-speaking country. So I've had students who live in Brazil, but they work for an American company. So the team are American, the boss is American, yeah? Or you may be in a relationship with an English speaking person. So this video is for you if you deal with native speakers, okay? There's something we need to understand, and that is communication goes way beyond words. So, of course, language is formed of words and grammar and, structures that link those words and create a meaning. Yeah, amazing. But there's more. So, you may know the English language and yet feel like you cannot get across to those English speakers. So, you really can't speak to them in a way that you feel understood, that you feel like they're really getting you. And the reason you feel that way is you are completely ignoring culture and how cultural habits and ideas make us communicate in the way we do. So let me give you an example. I have a lovely student from Colombia, and she lives in England, in a small, not small, but not in London, in a smaller city in England. And she was working for this Scottish company. So the people she was working with were all native speakers of English. And the kind of work she was doing was related to social value. So she had to deal with very sensitive things because we're talking about inclusion. We're talking about making sure that people are not being discriminated against. So this whole thing is quite sensitive, it's quite complex. And she had a situation recently and she shared that with me. And basically she felt that she was not able to follow the way they were communicating with her. And it's not because she didn't understand what they were saying. In fact, she did. So what she said to me was, Patty, what is happening is, to my face, they say one thing. To my face. This is a great structure. It means literally to me, right? To my face, they say one thing. And I feel like, okay, we have agreed on this. Great. And then I turn my back and they are talking about it like we have not agreed on anything. So then I get an email telling me to do things which are completely different to what we discussed in person. Now, this situation is quite common. And I'm not talking about English language, I'm talking about culture, okay? English people, and I think British people in general, especially English people, can be quite evasive. That's a great word, quite evasive. So they are not very good at confrontation. So they're not happy with what you're doing, and they're not going to come to you and say, listen, the way you're doing things is not working. We need to change that. So going forward, and I love this for all kinds of situations, including business English. Going forward means from now on, okay? So going forward, I would like you to try to approach her like this. Is it clear to you? Do you have any questions? This is clear communication at work. It was not happening with her. So what I said to her was, listen, the best way for you to handle this situation, this specific situation you're going through, is to send an email to the whole team. So you send the email to HR, you send it to your manager, and you send it to your work colleagues, so that everyone is aware of this communication difficulty you are facing, so that they know you have noticed there is no clarity and you are seeking clarity. When you seek something, means you're looking for it, okay? You're seeking clarity. You want clarity. So I said, look, this is going to be your best shot, honestly, to just write an email to all of these people together so that it's clear you are not being evasive. You are trying to be clear. And this email has to be short and sweet. Short and sweet. You don't want to go on and on and on forever because they're not going to read it if it's too long. You don't want to bring your emotions into it. So keep your emotions out of the equation, okay? You people, I'm a Latino. So Brazilians, Colombians, and so on, we are hot-blooded. We want to bring all of our emotions out and talk about them. Do not do that with English people. They don't take that well. They hate that. They don't know what to do with your emotions. Work email, keep it professional, concise, short and sweet. Deliver your message in a way that you're not self-pitying, so you're not feeling sorry for yourself. That's not the point. The point is, look, everybody, hi, I'm writing this email because I don't feel that we are communicating clearly enough, and I would like to know exactly what you want from me so that I can deliver. That is a good work email. Because you're telling them, look, I take responsibility here. I'm not doing what you want me to do. But how on earth can I do what you want me to do if you're not telling me what you want me to do? See what I mean? And that's it. So you start the email and you go straight, you just cut to the chase. I love this expression so much. You cut to the chase. So all of the blah, 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 my feelings, all of this is no. No, don't write that. Cut to the chase means tell them exactly why you're writing this message and what the problem is. Remember this, okay? State the problem, and tell them what you would like to achieve from this conversation. So going forward, what do I want to be able to achieve with this email? Why are you even writing an email? You need to have this very clear in your head when you're writing this email, okay? And don't be extra formal. That's important as well. If you're too formal, people don't connect with you. So it doesn't matter that it's a work email. You can still write it in an informal, casual way. You just need to be respectful, but it doesn't have to be formal. It's just an email. The same situation works for other things. So let's say that you are in a relationship with a native speaker of English and you're having some problems. Try to communicate in a very straightforward way. In fact, I'm not even going to discuss this in this video. I'm going to record another video about relationships with native speakers. You're going to love that, aren't you? Oh my God, you people. You're going to love that video, I know. So let's save that for later. Let's get back to the work email and the work situation. Please stop feeling sorry for yourself. Can I just put that out there? This is something that I see all the time. You live in another country, especially if you're living the life of an immigrant and you have a job just like my student, you work for this company and she has a work visa, so the pressure is on. And you just feel like the underdog, don't you? You feel like the underdog. What is the underdog? Somebody who is like inferior, I'm not good enough. They are native speakers, so they are much better than me. I can't do the job properly. You're feeling like the underdog. That's not going to help you. You need to remind yourself that you have been offered this position. So somebody must have thought you could do this. Roll with it, right? Just do what you got to do. Yes, there will be difficulties. There will be challenges along the way. But you just kind of cross the bridge when it comes to it. Cross the bridge when you come to it. Means you deal with the problem when the problem actually appears. Okay? Stop feeling like the underdog all the time. So this underdog tone, it does not go down well with English speakers. And I'm talking English speakers, I'm thinking about English people, number one, but it's very similar to British people in general. It would be even similar to Australians and, New Zealanders and Americans, because they communicate very differently. But focusing especially on English people and British people and Australians and New Zealanders as well. Keep it short and sweet. Do not act like the underdog. Don't be too sentimental. Okay? It's not about how you're feeling. It's about the problem you're having and how you really wish to solve the problem. That's it. Now, there's something, okay, that I need to tell you, which is, remember I said English people can be very evasive, so they avoid confrontation. They don't really tell you what the problem is. They don't really tell you straight. That can happen a lot. Not every English person I met was like this. No. In fact, I have met some English people that were fiery. They would really tell you straight. That doesn't go down well either. It feels a bit uncomfortable when they do that. But a lot of the time they can be very evasive. So what you should be doing is telling them what you're not happy about and why, and how you think we could fix the problem. So give them a suggestion for a solution. They might not agree, but again, if they don't, then they're going to have to come back with another solution. In the meantime, though, you have been proactive, which always helps, especially in the work environment. So do that. Be proactive when you're facing a problem. And one more thing, though, this is a bit sensitive, what I'm about to say now. There might be situations in the workplace or in the work environment where you feel you're being discriminated against. So this means people are making little comments about you that you know are not harmless. They are not harmless comments, they are xenophobic comments. That can happen, unfortunately. When this happens, okay, so when somebody is commenting, let's say, on your accent, so they go, oh, I don't understand what you're saying. You have such a strong accent, for example. This kind of comment that makes you feel so bad. Do not get emotional about this at work, okay? Because no one's going to feel sorry for you. They will not care. So what you should be doing instead is looking at that person in the eye and telling them exactly what you understand from the situation. So they make the comment once, you feel the comment was not friendly, because it might be a friendly comment from someone who's actually a mate at work, then you let that go. But you can feel it was not friendly. You can look at them and say, Mary, let's say her name is Mary, okay? But look at Mary, okay? Don't be hiding when you're speaking. If you have something to say it. But say it looking at Mary. So you look at Mary and you go, Mary, that was a very xenophobic comment. Say the word. Say the word. Xenophobic. Mary's eyes are going to pop like crazy. Her eyes will be bulging. They'll be like, because then they know that this kind of situation is taken seriously. So say it to her, so she knows you know what she's doing. Don't take it, okay? Don't sit there like the underdog again, feeling sorry for yourself when people are making nasty comments about you at work. Okay? Look at her. Mary, that was a very xenophobic comment. Don't you think? Oh, it's even better if you say don't you think after that. Don't be scared to say that. Okay? Do not be. And if Mary comes back and does it again, then you go to HR and you talk about it and you say the word xenophobic. You say that. Okay? All right, good. I'll be back to talk about relationships. Thanks for watching.